Welcome to another episode of Footy with Chidi. I'm your host, Chidi. I'm here today with Dami, Aminu, and Edosa. We are back. This is the first recording since Christmas. Sorry for the delay, but we're in the middle of the season. Before we continue with the videos, please remember to like, subscribe, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. I think I got that covered. Today, we're discussing the mid-season review. We're going to talk about the match of the season so far, the player of the season so far, surprise of the season so far, and we're going to take a look at our predictions at the beginning of the season to see who is on track to, win the award for most knowledgeable football pundit here. So first, we're going to start with Arsenal. As you can see, we have to start with Arsenal. Arsenal first on the table. This guy is wearing his jersey for the first time since we started recording. This is the first time he's proud to be an Arsenal fan. Before I hand the mic over to him, I just want to say Arsenal are definitely my surprise of the season. And also, what do you think? What's your surprise of the season so far?
My surprise of the season is how bad Liverpool have been.
Okay.
No. I'm not trying to show shade or anything. Like, my prediction was basically.
Can you guys hear Edosa?
City, Liverpool will kill themselves for the league, and then the rest of us will find out we're going to sit down inside. But I don't think you can say it's injuries. Personally, I don't think it's injuries, but it's the fall off is great.
Mental wear down from last season's trip.
The fall off is great. Like
7-year
curse. There you go.
Yeah, they look shocking, and I mean, I'm not somebody that likes to laugh at anybody's misery except it's Harry Kane and Tottenham, but that's spectacular. But yeah, Arsenal are doing bits. I see why you guys enjoy this sport very much now. How you're always so happy on
the weekends.
Were you an Arsenal fan in the early 2000s?
My parents are Arsenal fans, so I've always loved Arsenal. But then
before.
I was a child. Even the last title was probably
that's it was 04. So. Oh wow!
Yeah, 9, 10. So I had no idea what was going on. I was celebrating, but I couldn't really appreciate it.
This is your first.
But now it's crazy. I know everybody that think about it that Arsenal going to win the league. I'm just happy to be here. We're here for the ride. Nobody's laughing at us.
It's an honor just to be nominated, and it's an honor.
You just look around. Everybody's talking about you. No more. At Arsenal, at 27 points behind second. I just but the season's over already.
No worry, those days are over.
They're leading the pack.
They're leading the pack. Even if City beat them twice, they still have 2 points on them. So they're definitely my surprise of the season. Minu, what's your surprise of the season so far?
I mean, they are a couple, right? So as Edosa mentioned, Liverpool, we all expected a lot more. I picked them to win the title, and here we are. They're nowhere near that. Obviously, Arsenal, being so far ahead and at the top and playing the best football and most consistent football in the league is also a surprise. I picked them to make top 4, but I could never, imagine they would be at the top right now. But I will say, the surprise would probably be Man U. This is Ten Hag's first season, and people would think that there would be a lot of growing pains with all the ins and outs and the Ronaldo situation. You would think this project was more than a few months into his tenure and project, but he's looking like the turnaround has been swift and very fast, and it's looking like he's been there for over a year or so, right? So I think a little biased, but I'd say that's probably my surprise.
We're looking like we have a coach. That's what I'm gonna say, because we've been playing like we haven't had a coach for 5 years. Actually, I want to change my surprise of the season and throw this question at Dami with my new surprise of the season is the abysmal form of Salah and Son. What do you think is going on there? These were the 2 Golden Boot winners just last season, and they can't buy a goal at the moment. So what do you think is going on there?
Tottenham zone. What mine was,
No.
yeah. I saw Tottenham's own. I don't know was good with Son. I think ever since the World Cup when that guy took a selfie with him while he was crying, has just lost his form. I think his World Cup fallout. Salah's own. Yeah, his a result of the whole team being in a shitty form. I guess the team goes as far as Salah goes. So
But didn't we say last season that Liverpool should have moved on
Sold
from
him.
Salah, or was it
Yes.
just me that said
we all
that?
we all did, yeah.
Liverpool fans did, yeah.
We all did,
Yeah.
yeah. But no, there was also I don't know which I think it was during City and Wolves. They were talking about the guys returned from the World Cup have hit the ground running faster than the guys who had the break, except for like Haaland and one other person. But yeah,
Odegaard.
I don't know
The
what
Norwegians.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know what's good with Salah, man. I think just lost
energy
of form.
just-
Yeah.
The energy just dropped dramatically.
The team is not looking the same at all. Like across the whole team, there's a massive drop in quality. Yeah, and he's not even getting chance. Like he's not getting
Yeah.
a chance to be missing. He's just not effective in games. Not showing up in games that much anymore. Could just be a rough patch. Just be a rough patch.
It's a long, rough patch.
We'll see by February, maybe when Champions League
I
kicks off.
think it's done.
There's a whole lot of
think it's
disbelievers in here.
No, it's not disbelieving. Like at the end of the day, this father time and mother time is undefeated. Like
His father.
he's like 30.
Well, he's not just gonna go from 22 goals at age 30 to 31 and done just
Five
like that.
at
But
30.
but see,
no injury, no injury or anything like that.
Aubameyang this season before we got rid of him went from like 20 something goals to 8. Like just drop
But-
off, no reason whatsoever.
And Ronaldo was
but-
highest
but-
goal scorer for Man U last season, and now he's playing on sand like some
And
people
can't
say.
even score, bro.
Ronaldo is 38. But didn't Aubameyang have to do a fallout with the coach and him?
No,
going to
like if
Ibiza
Aubameyang
and
was
all
still
that?
scoring, Arteta would not have got rid of him. Like he got rid of him for fat, like I said. Like it wasn't like there was somebody else
Because it's fat, like
that
I said.
was like
I feel like Salah still has better attitude and
Oh, definitely. So that's why they're not
Because he got
getting
sued,
rid of him. But like age curve is age curve. Like the fall off can.
I don't
for
think
me,
that- I
it
don't think-
can
I don't
only
think
be age
that's-
curve.
I don't think that one is done like that.
Let's
And
Let's
they
stay
gave,
for a
they, gave
minute.
him, they gave him the bag too, right?
Yeah, they gave him the
Just
bag.
sign
That
Yeah.
could be the other thing too. Man's got paid.
Just like Aubameyang. Actually,
taking
yeah.
the foot off the gas a little
Just
bit.
like Aubameyang.
Okay, yeah. So okay, could be that.
Let's move on from this just to talk about quickly Liverpool and Chelsea. We're just halfway through
I
the
didn't
season.
talk about
These guys are
my
ninth
my surprise of this
and
season.
10th. Yo, yeah, go on.
I'm gonna say Everton. Languishing
Why?
in I did not see them going down.
They escaped relegation by 1 point last season. Was it 1 point or just 3 points last season? So this shouldn't be too much of a surprise. Also, we all know Lampard been like, yeah, Bro's been
It's
exposed
still pretty shocking.
to be this bad for sure. To be this bad for sure. Like, you would think if they were going to be bad, they would be going to be dangling within 16th, 17th, maybe even 15th. But to be last and second to last, that's something.
Form wise,
Entirely
they're
different.
last.
But they could beat Arsenal next week. But we'll see how that goes. Yeah. So back to my question: do you think that Chelsea and Liverpool can still make it to the top four, given that we're just halfway through the season? I mean,
I don't know about Chelsea honestly, because I feel it all depends on how their new signings pan out. Mudryk, he looked okay in his cameo against Liverpool over the weekend. So there's lots of promise there, but it might just be a flash in the pan. I don't know if this is true, but I read somewhere that he hasn't played 38 games in his whole career. So, and that's just the Premier
But
League
he's, on-
schedule
he's only
alone.
he's only he's only 22 now.
Yeah,
Haaland
but
hasn't
He
even
wasn't
still.
a starter. He wasn't a starter in
Oh,
Shakhtar.
he wasn't starting.
No,
Is that what it
not
was?
that. Wait, so it's not just that it wasn't a starter. Like he literally has had only like 37 full flight games of any
Yes.
sort. Subs at 22. Saka has over 100 already.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, he did kind of
He
look promising in that game, and
and
he
he has
seems to
YouTube
have wicked
highlights.
pace.
No, he's already the fastest player in Prem this season.
He is, yeah, because
Yeah.
what I saw, like in that Liverpool game, there was a dash he
You know,
made
see those
where
the yellow cards
I
that
think
that he gave
Konate,
this guy.
yeah, the
Remember?
Milner collected, and
Yeah,
Konate cut him off once, but in both
yeah,
instances, like the guy's acceleration was ridiculous. If you give him the kind of
yeah.
space that teams are giving Anthony, there's goals on goals.
He gave me. I won't like.
Like, with
I won't like.
us.
He gave me small. He gave me small shades of Robin.
Yes.
Small shades of Robin.
The way he was moving, it was good. It was
Yeah.
good.
So there's some promise there, but I don't know if they can make top four. But Liverpool, I feel like if all their players come back, they can't be any worse, right? I feel like they can just put in a run somewhere, unless this 7-year curse for Klopp is certified. I feel like they might still be able to put a run together and make it into the top four. But it's going to be tough for both of them either way, because Newcastle right now they are so solid defensively. I think they have the best defense in the league,
They do.
if I'm not mistaken. So and their attack is pretty good with Isaac, Almiron. Well, not Julian,
Wilson.
that guy's a waste man,
Wilson.
but
Wilson.
Maxima off the bench as well. Like, yeah, I do think their attack as well is pretty good. So Newcastle is definitely going to give everyone a run for their money to make top four, especially since they're not in Europe as well. So it'll be tough, but if any team is going to do it, I'll probably just say Liverpool.
Max needs to put his Gucci headband back on. He has lost his powers.
Ever since he took it off, right? Ever since he doesn't. He's not.
Powers.
He's not dribbling like
It's
he
not
used
the
to.
same. Yeah.
Before we go to our predictions, just one thing here. I'm combining it into one instead of making it a topic of two discussions. Who do you think is the signing of the season so far? I want you guys to think about this. And don't just throw out his name. Between Haaland and Casemiro, realistically.
Casemiro, man.
Signing of the
Casemiro.
season so far, Haaland or Casemiro?
It's Casemiro for me.
I think it's Casemiro from me as well.
People can argue Haaland all they want. I
Why?
think Haaland,
Why
right?
Casemiro?
Because when you look at the effect he has had ever since he started starting games for Man U, it's night and day. And when you see the drop off when he's not in the team, it's also night and day. Whereas you can't really say the same thing about Haaland. Yes, Haaland has already broken the goal
record, Golden
scored,
Boots, that
the
last
Golden
season.
Boots record from last season that finished Salah and
Son.
Son
I would-
managed. But
I would
when
say-
he's not in the team, they still look good, and they've been, a little bit of murmurs here and there about his effect on the team and how they play, right?
But couldn't Casemiro's thing just be a reflection of your team and not necessarily his value? Like your midfield is bad, so if you put anybody that's even remotely competent, you look like a better team.
Yeah,
I would disagree with that
that's
because
true. No.
I would disagree with that because that's what we thought about Pogba. Because like Pogba is a world class player, we put him in the midfield, nothing was happening. You know what I mean? So we had to find the right fit. We couldn't just find a quality player to put there and something was going to happen. You know what I mean?
It doesn't. I don't think it means that he's the best signing of the season. Like for all we're saying, you guys are still like fourth, and you've like they're literally better signings this entire season that have made more impact than Casemiro. So that's my own opinion, Sha.
I think
'Cause-
the Arsenal one is more of a committee thing, right? When at the start of the season, when Gabriel Jesus went on like an 8-game scoring run, everyone was like, "Oh wow, what an amazing signing!" When he got injured, people were like, "Ah, well, how is Arsenal going to cope without Jesus?" And now Nketiah is showing
But the
you that
answer,
he can just come in and slot into that spot. And now people are like,
Zinchenko is.
"Well,
Zinchenko
according
is
to
insane.
Edosa, Tierney was going to
Like
take Zinchenko's spot
like
when
I
he
said,
was
I
fit."
publicly
Yeah, but-
apologize for not. I said I was not familiar with his game, and I am sorry because I have never ever seen a left back do the things that he does. Like it doesn't make any sense because even with all of that, like he doesn't leave his position exposed because every single time you attack left back, he's there. So I'm not saying that he's the most important signing. I think you cannot discount Haaland because at the end of the day, they signed him to do one thing, and he's doing that exact thing better than anybody has ever done it in the Premier League. So, no matter how you want to twist it, that's the best signing of the season, in my opinion.
Yeah, there are lots of good options. I think Zinchenko actually, I would agree that he too is a standout performer. But yeah, I'll still go with Casemiro for sure.
I will also go with Casemiro because he brought everything I feel like he brought everything that everybody that you're bringing up at nominees brought to the table. He did bring that winning mentality.
I really wish he played this weekend.
I wish he did too.
Just
wish he did too. Like
just so that bubble
I wish he
could
did
be
too.
busted and then we could get back to actual.
Nothing would have been busted. He's
we'll
not
jam.
made them embarrassed like Partey did. But
No, okay, wait. Okay, wait. Okay, so
Casemiro,
wait. No, wait. So Partey got dribbled once
and led to
the entire game.
And led to a goal.
No, but like Rashford can take that shot 10 more times, and that's the only one he scores. Otherwise, he'll be scoring it every day.
He does score shots like that. That's how he takes his
from
free kicks.
distance.
Yeah.
Rashford probably hasn't scored a free kick for Man United in like 2 years.
No.
That's if even.
No.
He scored
What's
one
that
against
time
Chelsea in the FA Cup. Was it last season? Or was it the season before?
The fact that you had to think about it this
was
way.
it at the World Cup? The
He
last-
scored a free kick in the
about
World Cup,
I
yeah.
said for Man U.
Oh,
Except
He
for
scored
Man
one
U.
against Chelsea recently.
And the fact that you can't remember when it was, means it wasn't in the last 2 years.
It wasn't
Yeah,
last
but I
year.
mean,
That's
he
the problem.
showed-
to scoring free kicks, it's like how many players can you name that apart
Ward-Prowse.
from
No.
Ward-Prowse?
No. So like, I'm not saying that
free
he
kicks
should.
like that.
I'm not saying that he should be scoring free kick all the time. I'm saying that like he took a shot and it went in. Great. The goal that Saka scored, he can take that shot 10 more times. That's the only one who's going to score. This is what it is.
October 2021 was when he scored that free kick against Chelsea. Relax. It was within 2
So that was
seasons.
last season.
That was last season. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
then,
that was the
I'm like,
last
bro,
free
this
kick he
wasn't
scored.
a long
So
time.
the last free kick he scored for distance was 2 years ago, basically. So if he was able to score more, because he takes a lot of shots from distance, if he was able to score a lot more of those, he would simply just score a lot more of those. Like, he dribbled somebody. That exact situation was how he scored our goal against Tottenham. Partey gets the ball in the middle, he passes the ball to Saka and go score. It just happened that this time around it didn't work. And after that, we did not see Rashford again for the rest of the game.
Relax. Hey, relax.
What's
Relax.
the last time you saw
Relax.
Rashford?
Relax, because that was in the first half. Because that was in the first half. He forced a couple of saves from Ramsey in the second half.
There are no couple
Like,
of... You had 3 shots on target the entire game.
6,
3.
was it?
3 shots on target. 3. The Rashford goal, the Rashford shot that Ramsey saves,
Yeah, that was in the second half.
and the header. Yeah, so he's so good. He took 2 shots the entire game. One from like 90 yards and one that like
After he dribbled 3 people, he took.
he dribbled one person.
Nah, relax.
How many shots
person
did
now.
any player in that game take? Any one player? If we are going by
Martinelli
the
took
number of
5.
shots.
Nketiah took 5. 4 on target. Saka took 5. So these are people that shoot with volume. I'm saying that ultimately they stopped him from doing the Partey you're laughing at. Stopped your midfield and your attack from doing anything in that match at the end of the day.
Because
So,
the one time we
because
got
what?
trouble, led to a goal.
Yeah, but then do it again if you're that good. Like all your defenders got dribbled and it led to goals. Like
No.
so
No,
but it's true.
I already told you how that game went down.
How did it go down?
The what's it called? The tactics were very simple. Arteta realized that Anthony couldn't do anything. Everybody in the midfield is matched up. He sent Zinchenko to leave Anthony alone and to become an extra man in the midfield. Your first and third goal was because of Zinchenko. The second goal was a brilliant shot from Saka, but the first and third goal was Zinchenko. He did that. He made that, and that's because he left Anthony alone. Because Anthony can't do anything. So, if we're talking about the person, the outperformer, the person that performed in that game wasn't Partey. It was Zinchenko.
I'm not saying that Partey performed. I'm saying that anyways, you see, your manager is so brilliant, sees Zinchenko running around, and instead of just flipping Rashford and Anthony, he leaves Rashford there where he's not doing anything.
No, he can't. He can't put Rashford on the right. You can't put Rashford on the right.
There's nobody there marking him.
You've seen
There's nobody there marking him.
No,
He's
you can't.
not-
Nobody marking him.
He's not as effective off the right.
Right,
But
no, he's not.
I do think that. But I will say that Partey still played well. Yeah, he got nutmegged and blah, but he still played well.
One
If I'm
time,
being fair-
the entire match.
being
Like
fair,
if
he
we
played
can
well. Like,
analyze or we can banter. If we want to banter, we can banter.
He even took the ball off of Trudy's boy Anthony, where he was.
Why you calling him Anthony, my boy?
Like,
Anthony, my boy.
Yo, claim your winger, fam.
someone has to claim him.
That run was a FIFA glitch. It wasn't real.
I've never seen
real.
Partey run that fast in my entire life.
It wasn't real. That's the
never-
kind of thing. If it happens in FIFA, you're breaking your controller. Like, what is this? It doesn't happen.
My point is that I feel that Casemiro is a very good player, obviously, but I don't think he brings. Maybe for your team, it's like the first time we saw Partey play well, we were in shock because we could not believe that a midfielder. Because we had rubbish midfielders. We were playing with Eneli and Co. Right. So you've seen a proper midfielder for once in a long time. So you're feeling like, oh, he's so good that like this guy in Madrid wasn't allowed to touch the ball because he couldn't do anything. That is in Spain.
No.
Where they give you time.
It wasn't because he couldn't do anything. It's because they have better passes of the ball. Relax. He does shit.
Same
He
thing.
does what he's doing in Man U in Brazil because they don't have Modric and Kroos in the midfield to progress the ball.
In Brazil, he's not a ball playing center mid. He's a DM. He's Brazilian. He can obviously pass the ball.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that the amount of we have to switch to another topic here. But the amount of balls and plays he makes in Brazil is kind of like what he does in Man U because they don't have those passers in there like Modric and Kroos.
I don't know if you can say
You know
that.
what I mean?
They have Neymar and
They don't go
Paqueta
that
playing
deep
at
now.
eight.
They're not that deep. They're not as deep.
They play 8.
They don't-
That's what it
but they're not
does.
as
He
deep.
plays them at. They play them at 8. Like, so I'm just telling you that Casemiro as a defensive destroying midfielder, fantastic, no problem. But he's not a ball playing midfielder. He's just
At the end
not.
of the
That's,
day, he has 4 times the number of assists Partey does. So
he
whether
has
he's a
only 2
ball playing,
assists. Where's the 4
whether
times?
he's a ball playing,
Part house -2. Maybe I don't know.
That math is worrisome.
it's done. So that's what you can ask for.
All right, quickly, you guys. What's your match of the season so far?
Arsenal, man.
It has to be Arsenal, Man.
I don't think
I think I would go with.
any
I
game.
think I would go with Newcastle Man City, the 3-3. Newcastle Man City. You guys don't remember Newcastle was leading 3-1.
I didn't watch
Man
it.
City scored first. It was 1-0. Newcastle came back and started leading them 3-1. Arsenal, City came back 3-3. I think that's what I'll take as a match. It's a Trippier free kick, sensational free kick. Sam Maximan wasting Walker to score the first goal. Skinny Walker. Yeah. A lot of people have forgotten that game. I think it was like the second or the third game of the season. It was one of the early games.
Yeah.
What else? Which other candidates do you have? Arsenal have been the entertainers of the season. You can say Arsenal, Liverpool.
I know the Arsenal
Yeah.
Tottenham games.
You can say Arsenal, Tottenham. You can say Arsenal, Liverpool.
Nah, that was a demolition job, though.
That's why it was fun.
For you,
Very beautiful. Get back in your stupid hole type of game, man.
Or Brentford. You can pull up some Brentford games. The Giant Slayers.
Brentford, Man U.
Brentford. You can say Brentford, man. You can say Brentford City. They
That
beat
was
City
an
too.
embarrassment.
You can say Brentford Liverpool. Did they beat Liverpool? Or they drew with
And I'm sure
Liverpool?
Casemiro played in that game.
No. We didn't have Casemiro. Relax.
No,
That was the second game of the
stop it.
season. Relax. That was still the era of Scott and Maguire. We're still figuring out our lives back then. All right, quickly. Sorry, did you want to say something? I want to take a look at our predictions. Did you want to say something? All right. Let's quickly take a look at our predictions. Dami, I don't know what's going on with your computer. We'll try to start from you. If we lose you, we'll move on to another person. Dami, your top 4 was Liverpool to win the Premier League, City coming in second, Tottenham coming in third, and Arsenal coming in fourth. Your relegation candidates were Forest, Fulham, and Southampton. World Cup, basically, you're just naming some random. It looked crazy, the amount of things you've said over here. The only good thing I have here is Argentina winning the World Cup, Messi the GOATs. So what do you have to say about that so far? Do you think any of them will come true, or is it done? I think you have Kane as the highest goal scorer and Son as the player of the season. Is Dami there? Nah, the bro is there. Silence. He can't even defend this.
I'm here.
Okay.
Arsenal and Man City in top 4 is a goal.
Okay. Is that what you're gonna say? Okay, muted him. Sorry, he just said this on the left. Is that all?
Oh, my bad. Southampton in relegation is a goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bayern winning Champions League. Ish. It's not impossible, Sha. Someone for player of the season, okay, that's a dub. Harry Kane, highest goal scorer, that's done for. But the most important, Argentina winning the World Cup.
I guess you can still hold your head high in that one. So congrats on that one. You got. If we're marking, we can mark. We'll mark at the end of the season to see.
Nobody here has Arsenal in first place, so I'm okay.
Looking ahead for the grades. That's good. You did okay. You look like a decent 30% out of 100 so far. Let's hop over to Edosa. Edosa has Man City winning the league. Liverpool second, Arsenal third, Tottenham fourth. I'm surprised you have Tottenham in fourth with your disdain for them. You have Everton, Fulham, and Forest in the relegation zone. Man City to win Champions League, Salah to be the highest goal scorer and player of the season, France to win World Cup. How do you feel about your prediction so far?
I feel wonderful being wrong. Like I said, I genuinely thought like City and Liverpool were kind of locked in for the first two. Mm-hmm. So I was looking at who is the next best team compared to the rest of the league. That was Arsenal. So in a way, Arsenal was going to be first.
And the second best team is Spurs? In your predictions?
Well, I didn't know how bad you guys were going to be.
Stop saying you guys. I'm not a Spurs fan.
No, United.
Okay.
I was just you have a soft spot for Spurs.
No.
We won't focus on that today. But I didn't know how bad United would be. And I was going to actually ask a question earlier, but I guess the way everyone keeps on saying that, they're so surprised that Ten Hag is doing so well. I'm like, you saw how much you spent, right?
Stop.
No. Like, let's be honest. Like, if we're going to keep it a buck, last year, if we had asked you, what do you think your team needs to do to improve? You would have said we need a right winger, a centre mid, a centre back, and one of the full backs, and you bought exactly one of those things. The only other thing there was a striker, but then you didn't know how Ronaldo was going to pan out, right? So he came in and he addressed the things that even us that were not trained to look at these things, he addressed those things that we identified, and he's older than Pep. So this isn't like somebody that doesn't know what he's doing.
No, but
right?
Pep was a senior in Bayern Munich now. Like Pep was.
I mean, age-wise, he's older than
Stop
Pep.
it, man. Pep was managing the under whatever was when Pep was managing the first.
It doesn't matter. You can have my boss at work is younger than me. Therefore, It happens. So I'm saying that he's experienced. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's supposed to be better than Pep or anything. His experience. This is not his first job. He has won things. So obviously he has a framework in his mind. So if you give him enough money to back his framework, it is not shocking that he does well. Right? So there is really no miracle. There is no, he's doing well for his first season. No, he came in, bought all the players he wanted to buy basically, and then they started doing well. I said basically. I'm sure there are other things he wanted to do, he didn't do. But like the main positions he needed to fix, he fixed them. So because of that, I am happy to say that Tottenham is not in the top four. So the beauty of supporting or looking for Tottenham down for it, that you literally can never lose. Because even when they win, they lose, and it's sensational. So I'm happy to not see them in the top four. My player of the season is actually Saka.
Yeah, I was going to correct myself on that.
And I think that if Arsenal come first or second, I think that it's Haaland. Like, nobody objectively is going to like vote for Saka. But like,
I think they'll put, even if they were going to put an Arsenal player, they'll put Odegaard over Saka. I can bet money on that.
Like, Odegaard is balling out of his skin, but any Arsenal fan will tell you that, when it's time to do something, you can't look past that. That guy is a killer in his mind, man. Like, the guy doesn't care about anybody. He just wants to win.
Odegaard is a magician. What he did against Man U.
That pass. I remember that pass.
So again, I'm not talking about
the opportunities provided.
I'm not talking about technical brilliance. I'm talking about mental toughness.
Yeah.
Go and look at any match Arsenal are struggling in this season. Saka scores or Saka assists. In fact, the reason why most of our games are not hard is because in the first 5 minutes, Saka is going to kill somebody to bring down the temperature of the game. And then you're scared. You back off, and then we get to go into the game. So I love Odegaard to death. He's literally better than I could have ever imagined. But Saka is the person that is driving us through all these games. So I feel like he's supposed to be player of the season. Or maybe they give him young player of the season and they give Odegaard like the other one. Any one of them works for me.
I'm going to have to do some research of young player of the season. I can't remember who has been winning it in the recent years. Anyway, we have to move on.
I think Saka won it last year. I think Saka won it last year.
Yeah,
I think.
or
they might have given it.
Foden.
They might have given it to Rashford, despite the fact Rashford.
Relax. Rashford scored only 5 goals last season.
But speaking of Odegaard, does anybody remember Alen Halilovic?
Yes, that was supposed to be the next Messi. Yeah, short.
That was supposed to be sensational.
Yeah.
I don't know where he is now. Somebody should buy him.
No idea.
We have to move on. Aminu, you had Liverpool winning the title, City second, Man U third, Arsenal fourth, relegation, Bournemouth, Fulham, Everton. A lot of Everton haters. That's why I'm saying Everton was not. There's no surprise here. We already had them bottom. PSG to win, Kane highest goal scorer, KDB player of the season, and France to win the World Cup. So tell us what you're going through now, and tell us what you think is going to happen. Any changes?
Obviously, lots of changes because a lot of these won't pan out anymore. Liverpool obviously is nowhere near winning the league, so we talked about how that's surprising right now. City coming in second, I think that might still be the case if Arsenal continues to push for the title. So I think it's going to be Arsenal and City that will fight it out for the title. I think what the outcome will really be decided by their head-to-head matchups.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if Arsenal can manage to come out of the matchups with City with at least 2 points, like they don't lose any of the games, I think they will hold on to the lead and actually go on to win this title.
Do you realistically believe that Arsenal can go on for the rest of the season and not lose a game? After losing 2 against City, assuming they lose 2 against City, do you think it's possible for them to actually go through this season without losing a game?
If they lose the 2 to City, then it changes everything. I think City will go on and overtake them.
No, but they
if
have to lose a game for that to happen now. Because even if they lose the 2 against City, they're 2 points ahead of City.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, 2 points halfway through the season. I don't see them holding on to that against
Mm-hmm.
Manchester City for the rest of the season, right? And I think that their 2 games come very quickly. I know the game on Friday is FA Cup, but
Mm-hmm.
the 2 games are in February, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I think
I
so.
know
I'm
at
not
least
sure.
one of them is in February.
We play on the 15th. I think the second one is April though.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I might be wrong on that one. I think the second game is April. It's April 26th.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I'm wondering if Liverpool can make a push for that fourth place, but I still think it's probably Newcastle's to lose in that spot. In
I
terms
feel
of
like
like,
Newcastle are going to fall out of that. No, because they don't score enough. Like you can't score them, yeah, sure, but like if you draw all your games at some point, like you're just not going to be there.
Then the
I
Invisibles
think
draw
they don't
against.
score enough against like the top teams, but when they play like all these other bottom teams, like even when they
A
don't
goal
score
comes
a
out.
lot, they create a lot of chances. So the problem they have is Joe Linton needs 3 or 4 good chances to score 1 goal. Like today, the guy missed open net. The guy missed open net today. So today you look at the game against
Southampton.
Southampton, for instance, and be like, okay, they only scored 1 goal, but Joe Linton missed open nets.
Okay.
There was another chance that got ruled off for handball or something that I couldn't even see. So I don't know what VAR did there. Um, so I think they score enough against all the other teams, which is good enough um, to keep them in the top 4 for real. In terms of the relegation battle, I think Everton is in serious trouble. All of us that put Fulham in there, well, how wrong could we have been? We never thought that Agent William and Pereira
It's not
would be
Agent
doing
William.
a
It's the
special.
brilliance of my boy Silva, man. He was supposed to be the next Mourinho, the manager.
Yeah. Well, they're doing really well, so they're definitely not going down. I think I'll stick with Bournemouth going down, and Southampton
Forest.
right now are the worst team in the league. So I won't go with Forest. I think Forest, like, at some point, I just feel like all the players they signed and all the the players they have will be fresh enough to keep
But like,
them up.
but like
They'll still have just
Southampton are
of being
always
fresh.
last though. Like Southampton are always last like halfway through the season, and every time they find a way to not go down.
But this one,
That's
they have
what
new
happened
players.
with Wigan, and then they eventually went down. Like you can only dodge relegation so often before it actually happens. So I think this will be the season. ELC will now. I think I'll stick with PSG there. It's gonna be a nice double for Messi to
Lionel.
lift the World Cup and lift the Champions League, and then go and join Ronaldo in Saudi Arabia as well. Yeah, like highest goal scorer. That one is already a wrap. Haaland has
They lie.
already won it. It's just a
Nketiah
matter.
is coming for him, man.
Oh please! It's just a matter of if he's going to break the record of goals.
Eddie Kruger, my G.
I would.
Yeah.
The only thing I want to say about Arsenal is I would really want to see if Nketiah keeps scoring, whether he's going to be
They
benched
do.
immediately when
When
Jesus comes.
Jesus comes back.
I wanna
Because
see
people are
what's
actually
up.
saying they wouldn't do that. They would just tell Jesus that, hey man,
They're not going.
Nketiah is
They're
in
not
good
going.
form.
Like I have a suspicion that Jesus is out for the season. The way Ateta talks about his injury, that guy is done. He's not coming back to play any meaningful minutes this year.
Then they'll be
So
trying to get a loan move for a striker.
they tried. Todd did his best to ensure with
It's a Todd.
twice. We tried twice, and it didn't quite work out. So I think Trossard is meant to fulfill that because he plays false 9 for
Yeah,
Brighton.
he's one of those guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
so
We're not going to go over mine.
why?
We don't have time. We don't have time. Time's up.
No such
40
thing.
minutes.
Time is
Time
a
is up.
concept.
Time is up. Relax. Relax.
Time is a
Don't
made-up
worry about my
concept.
predictions, man. They're good. Don't worry about that shit. They're good. They're good, man. They're good. I got Man City winning the Champions League. I have Haaland as the highest goal scorer. You know,
You have Spurs above Man U and Arsenal.
It's all in the.
Yeah,
Arsenal's not even on my table. Arsenal's not on
You're
my
a
table.
blasphemer.
Not even on my table. All right. We have to come to the end of the video. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for listening. And as always, continue to love football. Subscribe, like Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Thank you, and good night.